Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Hill, and welcome to our Kickoff's LA special here on CBSN. What a great show we have for you today. We all know the NFL draft is behind us. The Rams and the Raiders are all excited, and the Chargers are all excited about the teams that they're going to put on the field. The schedule has been released. Rookies get to work tomorrow, and SoFi Stadium is open for business. That is for sure. Now, we have a great group of panelists with us today. So what do you say we get right to them, and so I can introduce them to you right here. First of all, he's called Lights Out, three-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro over 6 years with the Chargers. Please welcome Shawne Merriman. Shawne, thanks so much for being with us today, my brother. How are you?
Hey, Jim. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me, as always.
Oh, thank you. I know we're going to have a lot of fun talking to you. I know we can still call you Lights Out, can't we?
Oh, yeah. That name's not changing anytime soon, and probably not ever.
Okay. How about this next nickname? Listen to this one. He played 7 seasons with the Rams, All-Pro wide receiver. He went in fastest man in the whole damn town. That's his name, Ron Brown. Ron, how are you, man?
I'm fantastic, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Also joining us today, he is the president of the Southern California Rams Booster Club, Ralph Valdez. Ralph, thank you so much for being with us today. How are you?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity.
And thank you for being, and of course, we saved the best for last. She is all over social media as Beauty and the Bolts. Stephanie Zarella. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Well, I tell you what, it is so good to have you here with all of us lugs that are talking to you today. Yeah. Okay. First of all, Shawne, let's talk just a little bit to you first. I'd like to get your thoughts on the Chargers' new head coach Brandon Staley and what we can expect from him the upcoming year.
Well, Jim, first of all, I was selfishly always looking for them to bring in a defensive head coach. Obviously, someone with like Brandon Staley's mentality and his attitude is going to be infectious in the locker room. So I was glad that they did that. In fact, Jim, Brandon Staley gave me a call the night that they brought him in as the head coach. And we had a really good conversation on the phone for about 20 or 30 minutes. And it was awesome, man. So I can't wait to see it keep going.
And he's an up-tempo kind of guy as well, which means there's going to be versatility in his offensive and maybe defensive approach.
It is, that's what makes me excited, right? Because at the same time, they got an awesome quarterback. They got a great quarterback in Justin Herbert. But I do always and have believed that a head coach should have a mentality and the energy to kind of rub off on the rest of the team. So I believe that's what's going to happen. I can hear it in his voice when he called me that night and we talked. I can hear the excitement. So I'm just excited for what's about to happen this year with the Chargers.
And Shawne, what about the Chargers schedule? Because it's a pretty tough one.
It is a tough one. But what I do believe, Jim, is that, Justin Herbert got a nice year under his belt. They brought in some key pieces in the draft, some things that they might have been lacking in last year. One, addressing that offensive line, I thought it was tremendous that they went out and did that because you got to protect the money, right? Because Justin Herbert is your money. And then they turned around and went on the defense side of the ball with Asante Samuel Jr. So now they got, Kenneth Murray and Joey Bosa. They got some great guys there. But now you throw, some big-time offensive linemen in the mix to protect Justin. I think they're going to do well this year.
Okay, Stephanie, let's talk to you just a little bit because I'd like for you to talk just a little bit about the Chargers' home schedule, which is a very, very good one.
Definitely. Really, really excited. Definitely when the schedule came out yesterday, super excited to go to the games. We've been waiting so long to check out SoFi and the home games. They seem a little tough, especially in the beginning, but I have full faith in the team that we'll be able to pull through and end with a winning season and hopefully reach that Super Bowl.
Yeah, and of course, Stephanie, there are just high expectations for your team, the Chargers, this year as well. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, completely. I completely agree. I mean, Herbert showed us what he has to offer, and now they filled some holes with the draft. So we're looking forward to see what they come with when the season starts.
How surprised were you to see what Justin Herbert did last year as a Charger quarterback?
Super surprised. Definitely when he first went on in the Kansas City, the Chiefs game, that was amazing. We were super excited, and then he just wowed us throughout the season.
And of course, they did everything they could in order to make sure that he is protected by making that great trade during the offseason.
Definitely. We're so happy that they drafted Slater. We needed that. We definitely needed that, and super excited to see what he has to offer to the team.
Okay, let's talk to Ron Brown. Let's talk to the fastest man in the whole damn town for a little bit. And Ron, let's get your thoughts on the Rams heading into the upcoming season.
I think they're gonna be fantastic, man. I'm glad they got D-Jack over there helping them in the receiving space, and I love this quarterback they brought in too. Though he's a tough guy. What
is it that you like about him so much?
I think that him with the coach that we have right now, I think that they're going to be a great combination. You know what I mean? And he's going to have a lot of weapons to choose from. So,
go ahead, Ron.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to the season. It's going to be an exciting season.
Now, when we talk about this season for the Rams, a lot of people are talking about when we go to SoFi Stadium and Jared Goff, who the Rams traded away, comes back to play. That's going to be a heck of an emotional evening. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think so, Jim. I agree with that. Yes, sir.
Would you say there's going to be a little trash talking on the field at Jared Goff? Now, you can tell us. Come on now.
Well, I don't know if that's in his makeup to do that, though. I think they're going to leave it on the field and let the scoreboard determine what that is.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, Ralph Valdez, let's talk just a little bit about the Chargers' home schedule, because I know how excited and thrilled you are about it.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to the new stadium, obviously, as everybody else is. And we got that Sunday night game against the Bears, and we'll be right there cheering on our team and looking at Matt Stafford be our new quarterback, and we're all excited about that.
Because this is going to be, and I've seen it, it is the best NFL stadium in the country. I mean, it's just, you talk about the eighth wonder of the world, that's exactly what it is.
Well, I agree with you. I was fortunate to have a tour about 3 weeks ago, my wife and I, and we got to experience everything about that stadium, and we're really looking forward to hanging out every Sunday there.
Ralph, tell me what you like the most about the stadium, because you said you just had a tour of it.
Well, what I like about it is every seat, as I took a tour around the stadium, every seat in that stadium is a good seat. Doesn't matter where it's at, high level, lower level, mid level. Every seat and its cushioned seats are really, really good seats for all the fans to watch. So it doesn't really matter where you sit. And then the open airness where you get that cool breeze coming in through there, just makes it a real Southern California feel.
And of course, the stadium goes down into the ground, so the noise stays right there for the visiting team.
Exactly. I agree.
Okay, Ron, it's really amazing what the Rams did during the offseason, their additions, trading Jared Goff and picking up Matthew Stafford. How surprised were you that the Rams made that move? Hey, Ron, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were talking about the offseason trade. The Rams are trading Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. And I'd like for you to go into a little bit of detail on why you think that trade was made.
Well, it was big. It was big and surprising for me, though, because I thought Goff was going to be our franchise guy and take us back to another Super Bowl. So it was really kind of shocking to me to actually see the trade, though. But that just lends itself to say that, the Rams will make decisions based on what their teams will be, what their players will be. They don't do it just based on names and recognition.
Because here recently is the first time that we've started to see quarterbacks move, because normally you don't see quarterbacks moved around like that, right?
That's correct. That's correct. That's why I thought it was a real bold move for the Rams, but we'll see how the results turn out. And
one other thing, Ron, we talked about the Rams receiving core. Man, it's almost like they are copying, and I don't want to say copying, but it's almost like they're similar to the receiving core with the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm talking about? Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson, and here's Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, you know what? I think our squad will match up to any other squad out there. I'm real excited about D-Jack to see what he has left in him.
Because when you have those kinds of receivers, speed kills. If you can't catch it, you can't hit it.
It makes a big difference, though.
Oh, it certainly does. All right, Shawne, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Chargers bolstering their offensive line in free agency and how important that is.
Well, it's very important, Jim, because you got to think the NFL has put such an emphasis on the quarterback position. And now that these defensive players are getting bigger and stronger and faster, they're coming off of the edge a lot faster. So it's important to go out and get a Slater. It's important to bring in vets and have an anchor also in the center. I played with some great players in the past. And I played with a great center in Nick Hardwick. I had Marcus McNeil, and I had all these guys, and it allowed, the guys there, Phillip Rivers, to play the way he did. And so now, kind of replicating the same situation and having a monstrous offensive line is going to be able to protect Justin Herbert. And I think that's what it comes down to. You got an outstanding receiving core with Keenan Allen. You have an outstanding, tight end they just brought in. So you got guys who can get the football. Mike Williams, they can get the football. The object of it is just to protect for them so they can get the football down the field and make those big passes.
How surprised were you that they went out and picked up Corey Lindsey, the offensive tackle, the left tackle, because we know his job is to protect the quarterback, but how surprised were you that they got a caliber of offensive lineman like that?
Well, not really surprised at all. To go back to really what I just said, right? Because you need as much protection as you can. And then with those guys, with the offensive line being stacked the way it's going to be this year, they're going to be able to move. You're going to be able to move a left guard to a right guard. You got to move to a left tackle to a right tackle. I mean, they're going to have that versatility this year. And then when a young Brooks Slater catches up to speed and get ready to go, then he'll be thrown in the mix. But as long as you got 4 or 5 guys who can move around a little bit in case someone goes down, because, Jim, ultimately it's going to be about your second string, your depth, because guys going to get banged up, guys going to get hurt during the season. So as long as you're good with the depth, you're going to be completely fine during the year.
And Justin Herbert didn't surprise you at all, or did he surprise you with the way he played?
No, not at all. And, the funny part about that, Jim, is I tweeted during the combine when he was getting drafted, and I said, look, if this guy is around during the Chargers pick, I wouldn't look anywhere else. And when I heard and saw his name being called to get drafted, I knew that they had the right guy, and he's proven us all right.
That's on the field. Off the field, Ralph, let's talk just a little bit about having fans at beautiful SoFi Stadium and what it will mean to finally get fans back into the arena.
Well, Jim, it's a stadium that we'll be able to call our own. We really appreciated the Coliseum opening the doors to us, but now it's a stadium that we can call our own for the rest of our lives. We can bring up the youngsters and bring them to the tailgate, enjoy the inside of the stadium, enjoy the games. So it's actually a home that we can call home. And I think it's going to be a beautiful situation with all of the lake and the water and the parks around the stadium and all the hotels and the restaurants. It's just going to be a great opportunity to hang out on a Sunday and then even go and enjoy a concert once in a while.
It's almost like, Ralph, you can go spend the weekend at the stadium. You can go to a concert. You can go have brunch. You can have lunch and then go to a football game. That's really incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's you have a best of all worlds there. You can do whatever you need to do to make it right.
All right, Stephanie, let's talk to you just a little bit now about Chargers having fans at SoFi Stadium because of the grandiose of the stadium, how much money it costs, and man, they didn't waste any money at all. Everything is just beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I mean, I also had an opportunity to go to the stadium when they had the tour, being able to check it out, and it was amazing, breathtaking as soon as you walk in. And I know as Charger fans, we're so excited to see a game there. I mean, we love StubHub, but it's going to be our home as well. And we're super excited to go check out the games and also the big screen and everything. It's so amazing. So excited.
What was your first impression when you saw it?
I was just in shock. It was just so beautiful. As soon as you walk in, and when you walk in, I believe is it the third level or the second level?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's just breathtaking. And when you take pictures also, it looks like it's a portrait. It doesn't look real. It's so amazing. And then I had the opportunity to go down on the field through the Verizon Lounge, and it was beautiful. So excited.
And Stephanie, we all know that the home field advantage means a lot. But when fans haven't been able to go for a while, like fans around the country haven't been, they're really going to be loud and noisy once they're able to get into that place.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And hoping our Charger fans, you scream when it's defense, and then you're quiet when it's offense. We got to make sure we tell our fans what you got to do during a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Ron, let's talk to you a little bit about the Rams rookie class. As minicamp is getting ready to kick off, and can you think of any rookies coming into the Rams class now that could really make an immediate impact this year?
I think there's several guys out there that I think that's gonna make a difference out there, though. And I just like their scheme. I like the way that when they bring players in, that they actually put the players in the positions that can help them the best. And this rookie class, I think, is going to be a great class for us. So, Jim, I think you're going to see some guys actually starting.
Now, that's a heck of a statement coming from you to have rookies to come in and to start like that. What makes you think that a rookie can come in and start, or 2 or 3 rookies can start on a team like the Rams?
Well, I think these guys are going to be hungry, though, and they're going to want to contribute. And the coaches bring the best out of the players. And these guys have a lot to prove.
Do you wish you were still running and playing?
Yeah,
we need to stretch the field.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching it now, though, Jim. Though,
it's a little physical out there on the field. Speaking of physical, let's talk about the Shawne Merriman, because you talk about somebody that's really physical. Shawne, I'd like for you to talk about this rookie class of the Chargers that's coming in and how much they can contribute this year.
Well, you got to think, Jim. Nowadays, when you bring in rookies and they're much more pro ready, they're ready to go. These guys had NFL style workouts in the offseason. They've been around other NFL guys even when they were training back in college. So you take a guy like Asante Samuel Jr., right? I mean, I remember playing against his dad for numerous years, and if he's even halfway like his dad was with the physicality and just a really, really smart football player, he's going to come in and be able to contribute right away. And when you go in the first 2 or 3 rounds, a lot of those guys are going to get on the field early and possibly, like Ron said, these guys are going to get starting jobs. So, as long as you come in ready to play and jump in that playbook, and the really good thing about this year is you get a full offseason. You get a full offseason, you get mini camps or training camps, you can get in your playbook, you can get around each other. So those guys are going to be ready by the time training camp comes and then week 1.
Shawne, you've always been one to give advice to young guys coming up. What advice would you give to the rookies coming up in this organization that will help them to mature and grow even faster? Because they're not coming here to sit on the bench; they're coming here to play.
No, absolutely. One of the biggest things I tell a rookie is find a vet. Find the vet in your position that's been around for a long time, and mind you, one that's willing to help you out, not the guy that's you trying to take his position. One of the guys that's willing to help you out. And find out how to watch film, find out how to work out, what time he wakes up in the morning, how long is he in his playbook a day. Those things are going to be critical and important because when you're a rookie coming in, it's a long season, Jim. You haven't experienced that in college. Your college season is short. And by the time the college season is over, you're still somewhere in the middle of an NFL season with the second half to go. So find out how to take care of your bodies, look at your playbook, watch film. All these things are going to be critical for a rookie to do when they come in.
Shawne, I don't want to hog all the time right now. What I'd like to do is something just a little bit different. I want to get Stephanie to come in. And Stephanie, I know there's a question that you'd like to ask Shawne about the upcoming season.
Yes, definitely. Shawne, I had a question for you. So since we've had issues with injuries in the past, and with your experience on the field through Lights Out and MMA, what recommendations do you have for the players to avoid injuries and stay healthy?
Well, Stephanie, one of the biggest things is as soon as you get done with practice, you get in that hot and cold tub, you get your massages once a week because it is a very long season. And I remember back when I was a rookie and you're going through your first 4 to 6 games in a year, you start to hit a wall, right? Because you haven't experienced as much. The days are a lot longer because you got to remember now, this is guys' jobs. So your Wednesdays and Thursdays are 8 and 10 hours plus that you're going to be in the building. So not only physically, you got to take care of yourself, but mentally, you have to stay together because it is a long day, it's a long season, and you got to be prepared for it.
Oh, Stephanie, that's good. You got another question you want to ask him? I like this. This is really good.
What game are you most excited about?
Yeah, I would say everybody has a different color helmet on. That's always my first answer. But I can't help to be a natural Raider hater. I'm going to be a Raider hater for the rest of my life. So I'm always looking forward to see the Raiders and beating up on those guys. But look, I would say the AFC West is a very tough division. They're very competitive. So each one of those games is going to be a dogfight.
All right, Ralph, now it's your turn. I'd like for you to pose a question to Ron Brown, who is the fastest man, according to him, in the whole damn town.
Yeah, Ron.
You said according to me.
Ron, my question to you is, what do you think the Rams are going to do with Tutu Atwell and Deshaun Jackson? Hello. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean, I performed like he was a rookie. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of connections with them this year.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, Ralph, you have another question for Ron?
Yeah, Ron. Next question is, how did you feel when you got selected by the Rams coming out of Arizona State, man?
You know, that was a great trade for me, though. I actually was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, and then they traded my right then. So right after the Olympics, I was in the Ram camp, man. So that was a dream come true for me. Because I used to always watch the Rams coming up, and I always could see myself, you know, on Monday Night Football one day.
Yeah. Well, we really enjoyed you back in the late 80s, man, running those kickoffs and, you know, stretching the field.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Since we were talking to Ron and talk about Ron Brown, the whole fastest man in the whole downtown, you know, Ralph, did you know that when he was with the Rams, they made a video?
Jim. Hold on, Jim.
Yeah, actually, I do know, Jim. I saw that video.
You saw that video called Ram It?
Yes, I did. Yes.
What did you think? What did you think of that when you saw that?
Well, you know,
it went platinum.
Hey, you know what? They're great athletes, but it doesn't mean that they're great dancers or great singers. But they tried.
Hey, that was good, man. Thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
Yeah, and right now, before we close, I'd like to go to each of you and get your closing thoughts and what you think is going to happen and what we can look forward to in the upcoming NFL season. First of all, Ron, let's talk to you about that.
Now, I see the Rams being they're gonna win 13 this year. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it right there. They're gonna win 13, and I see them in the playoffs and potentially Super Bowl.
13 games, right?
Yes, sir.
I think we can end it on that one. If you said 13 games, we're going to end it on that one. All right, everybody. I want to thank Shawne Merriman, Ron Brown, Ralph Valdez, and Stephanie Cirella for being here with us. Thanks so much, folks. And keep
Appreciate it, Jim.
Let's have a good season and have fun and be safe.
Yeah, go Rams.
Take care, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.